Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now, this week I found a note that I really wanted to keep, but it was in horrendous shape. So what do? Well, you can try pressing it between a couple books and see if that helps. But another thing that you can do is you can use the holder you're putting it in. So that's what I did. Now this particular bill, you can see it's tore right there. The corners are dog-eared. They were rolled. So what I have done is I have done my best to put it in here to straighten it out somewhat. And after being in here for a little while, I will take it out and I will peel back some of the other sections of those to see if this case will flatten it out in and of itself. If not, the bill is pretty toasty anyway, but it is one of the notes that I found this week and I will get to that later. So yeah, that's one of the things I wanted to bring up. When you find notes that are fairly rough, putting them in a case automatically makes them look better. And not only does it make it look better, but you can also take care of some of those corners. Let me see here if I can, yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with this particular one right now, but I know that I've got, you can see how there were numerous folds here, and I've got those straightened out. There's still one left. I'll worry about that one after this has been in there for a while. Same thing over here. You can see the numerous folds in the corner. This one I've gotten straightened out pretty much. But yeah, I can't do anything to get those folds out of there, but I can get the bill to stop curling, and I'm going to do that simply by leaving it in this case and taking it from there. All right, so I've got my 1,000 in singles. Slide these out of the way. This is still part of my Vegas money. Now, these notes here did not come from casinos. In fact, these were notes that I had stopped at banks to get on the way. One of them is from a casino. One of them is from Cadillac Jacks in South Dakota, Deadwood, South Dakota. I did get a couple straps from Waukegan, Illinois. One or two from Oak Creek, which is Milwaukee, I should say. I did get 2 straps from a U.S. bank in Vegas, and I did get 3 straps from a U.S. bank in Council Bluffs, Iowa. So, yeah, one of these came from a casino. All the rest came from banks across the country. So, what did I find this week? I've got a high number. Check that out. They only go up to 96 million, and this one's 95,998,000. So yeah, this is 1,774 away from the highest number it can possibly be. So that was kind of cool. I pulled that one out. Did find a Where's George. Now this particular Where's George came from Cadillac Jacks in South Dakota. So the one casino I had yielded me one Where's George note, and I did find another Where's George. This particular one came from Waukegan, Illinois, so I will note that one as well. Those were my 2 Where's George finds. Now, I did find a birthday note. This one would be June 21st, 1930. And then we get to my trinaries, 0s, 2s, and 3s on this one. 2s, 3s, and 8s. 1s, 7s, and 0s. 0, 1s, and 4s. At a glance, it looks like it might be a radar. Nope. Close. One off from a radar. 4s, 8s, and 9s on this one. 5s, 7s, and 9s. And quad zeros. Quad zeros, and the 5 you can see here is a little bit elevated, so that's a gas pump error. Not saving it for that. I'm saving it for the quad zeros. Then we've got, let's see, quad 3s. And my stars. 2017 star note, pretty rough shape on this one. 2013 star. Another 2013, that one's really bad. Looks like it was laying on the road. Another 2017, 2013B. Always excited to see one of those. I'll have to check that on the list to see if I can't have a $100,000 match. 2013 there. This one is pretty rough for a 2013. And then we get the older notes. This is 2001. 2001, much better condition. 2001, best of all of them. Let's see, 1999, pretty rough on that one. Another 99, this one's brighter. That one's pretty nice. 99, pretty well beat. 95 with a tear on the bottom, so that'll be going back in circulation. Too bad, because it's Minneapolis. Don't see a lot of those. 1995, fairly high number there. Another 1995. And what do we got? Another 1995, pretty rough. And then we have the note that I started with. 2003A, this is a repeater, 0464, 0464. It's actually an alternator and a repeater, 0464, 0464. So that was pretty cool to find. I wish it was in better shape, but yeah, this one is pretty well beat. I can see why nobody else decided to grab it and pull it out of circulation because, yeah, there's a lot of work to be done with this one to make it presentable. But still, with fancy serial numbers, it's not as much the condition as the note because there are so few of them to be had. So just getting one is a pretty exciting thing in and of itself. So that's what I found this week. So what did I bring out? Well, this is one of my more recent purchases. It's a small size $100 bill. This is a national currency. This is a national banknote from the Merchants National Bank of Aurora, Illinois. This one's in really good shape, too. You can see series of 1929 right there. Now, as far as national banknotes, what happened here was the Treasury would go to banks and determine if they were soluble or not, and the bank could then put money on deposit and be given a charter number. This particular bank, the charter number was 3854. You can see that on both sides over here. Now, the Merchants National Bank of Aurora, Illinois would put money on deposit, and then they would have these notes printed. They're kind of like glorified checks because the bank had the money to cover all this. In fact, they had to put 90% of the money, or whatever they put on deposit, they could redeem in notes for 90% of their total. So that's how you know these were good. These were actually guaranteed by the individual banks. Take a quick peek at the back on this one here. Very familiar $100 back on this. But anyway, the particular banks, though, would then get the national designation. That's how you had your bank become a national bank. And I've said this in the past, if your bank was the first bank to get the national designation in a particular town, then you would be called the first bank of insert town name here. That's where that comes from. So if you ever see First Bank, that is where that designation comes from. It's from the national currency, from the national designations and the charters. So everyone always wanted to be the first national bank of a given town. This one obviously wasn't because it's not the first Merchants Bank. It is just the Merchants National Bank of Aurora. Now, it's in pretty decent shape with the exception of this little bit of a rust spot here on the bottom. It does go all the way through, but the rest of the note's in actually really nice shape. One of the other cool things about this is Aurora, Illinois. That's the City of Lights. For those of you who watch Wayne's World, he was from Aurora. Wayne was from Aurora. The other cool thing about this is the serial number itself. Take a look at that serial number, 128. It is an extremely low serial number for a $100 bill from 1929. Now, they actually made two types of national banknotes, Type 1 and Type 2. Type 1 is this one, which is all of the notes that were made prior to 1933, if I recall. And you know that because it just has the black number here and here. Those are the only two places that it's going to have the charter number. Now, the Type 2 notes, the more recent ones, 1934 and 1935, will have a red charter number right here and here as well. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 charter numbers rather than just the 2. The 4 charter numbers, those notes are newer, but they are more scarce. Let's take a look at the book and see what the book has to say. All right, $100 notes. All issues are with the bust of Benjamin Franklin. And you can see there's an example of the Type 2. You can see next to the serial number, it also has in red the charter number as well. This particular one in the book, 13044, and next to the serial number, you have 13044 as well. So that is what the Type 2 looks like. Mine, of course, is the Type 1. Just need to see those side by side. So yeah, there, you can see the difference there between the two of them. All right, anyway, mine is from Aurora, which would be Aurora, Illinois. And if I look here, the Type 1s, In very good, start off at 175. At 12, they go up to 200. Very fine 20 is 250. EF 40 is 350. Mine's probably pretty close to that 20, maybe 25. So it's decent. That's for sure. I don't see any heavy creases. I don't see any major folds or anything like that. Just that little bit of rust. Then you also want to cross-reference with the bottom. Now, you can see it says type 1 and type 2 VF. That's the important thing there. So VF up here would be 20. So the average note is 250. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find the state, which would be Illinois. Where is it? There we go. Illinois, 2218. And you can see that it also lists $250 there. So that means it is one of the regular issue, the common notes. So 250 is what it is either way. The reason why I checked that is for like, where would it be? Colorado. Colorado at 2210. You can see Colorado. In very fine, right here where my thumb is, for a type 2, those are $1,500 in very fine because of the short number that was produced. So yeah, you always want to double check these charts here to see whether or not you get any kind of bonus, so to speak, when it comes to the particular town and the particular state. So that's what I've got for you guys this week. 1929 National Banknote from Aurora, Illinois, the $100 bill. I was looking for 100 because it was one of the few small size hundreds that I don't have. All right, guys, that's what I got for you this week. Thanks for watching. If you learn anything new, hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. I love reading all your comments, and I'll talk to you again next week.